out, let them take it.
Welcome, you guys.
Thank you. I just thought we'd introduce ourselves really quickly.
Todd and Marrakesh create a variety of artistic works and present them at Rooms Gallery. Their gallery is a live workspace in Pilsen. They mostly show performance and video installation.
Since their art makes little to no money, they formed Tcash Creative, a boutique creative agency that makes videos for corporate clientele.
Todd and Marrakesh met 13 years ago in Southeast Texas, where they were both born and raised. They were studying theater at Lamar University. They first met at a party and hated each other. Then Marrakesh was cast as Todd's dead wife in a Neil Simon play. They fell in love, moved in together, and within a year were married. Once graduated, Todd applied to schools for playwriting, no luck, stumbled across Ohio University, hit it off with director of the Professional Actor Training Program, and decided to go there for an MFA in acting.
At Ohio University, the director of the program, Andrew Manley, became an influential mentor to Todd. Andrew made his students perform works by Sarah Kane, Peter Handke, Joseph Chaikin, and of course, Samuel Beckett. At Ohio University, Marrakesh was jealous, so she auditioned for the program and got in. She was so jealous that she performed pieces by Marguerite Duras, Martin Crimp, and Carol Churchill. The collaborative relationship they forged with Andrew really jump-started their move to performance art. Marrakesh and Todd still collaborate with him. After the MFAs, they moved to Chicago. Their dream was to form their own theater company. They decided they'd call it Rooms while eating pizza at Target.
They both auditioned for plays in Chicago and got a few roles here and there.
Their jobs sucked. They didn't make much money.
In 2004, a friend helped Todd get into video production.
A friend helped Todd get into video production.
A year later, they moved to Pilsen. Shortly after the move, Marrakesh began producing video as well. One day, by chance, Todd and Marrakesh's landlords showed them an empty room in the building, explaining that they didn't know what to do with it. Marrakesh and Todd helped fix it up and shortly performed a collection of new pieces as well as their first performance installation.
Marrakesh and Todd saw that their landlord's burgeoning barbecue business in the room next door would not be compatible with their art. They rented a live-work gallery space from Pod Majerski. Rooms is very productive in their new space. In 2.5 years, they've created and produced 12 original performance pieces, 5 new video installations, produced and performed plays, curated shows, and hosted monthly salon evenings. In June of 2010, Rooms moved to their present location at 1835 South Halsted. This space better facilitated the needs of Tcash Creative, Todd and Marrakesh's commercial business. It also had more foot traffic on second Fridays.
Since the move, Rooms has created and produced 4 new performance installations, 4 new video installations, remounted 2 older pieces, and adapted Samuel Beckett's Text for Nothing 4 for a performance installation. Ideas materialize at a quick pace. They've considered going nonprofit for a long time, but always seem to get sidetracked by new projects. Rooms lives by the Samuel Beckett quote, "Try again, fail better." So if this intro is a failure, that is okay.
Thanks for indulging us.
That's kind of what our work is like, torture for everyone. That's what we do. For the performer, for the audience, it's just torture, as you'll see.
Yeah, I think the next thing we'll do, since a nice intimate group here, is just show you a
that's
little
what we're doing.
video work, and then a video. Oh wow, brilliant!
That's pretty awesome.
And then thanks for the save there, by the way.
Sponsored by Amazon.
And so yeah, we're gonna we do lots of different types of work, and there's a lot more to this in Marrakesh. I didn't get it down because that was more. But we do lots of different types of work, but we've really settled in on a lot of video and performance installation recently, and then we've also seen that those things have taken 2 types of tracks, and we started doing a lot with sensory deprivation, and then doing a lot with like rules and gaming and systems and stuff like that. And then and even in that, we've seen that it's gone like 2 different directions. So we have something we have called our Oracle series, and something called our Chance Operation series. So Marrakesh can talk to you about Oracle series.
Oh, okay. Because apparently he's going to show you a video about our Oracle series. I think we've done the Oracle 6 times now, 6 sort of different variations of Oracle. And you know, as far as background goes on how we come up with ideas, Todd is really the prolific person for ideas. I'm much slower. It takes me a long time. So by the time I have one, he's had like 50, and so
50
I get behind. So the Oracle is originally his ideas, and then what happens is it kind of gets muddled up between the 2 of us. Like he'll have an idea, and then I will come in and talk about how we want to treat it visually, and kind of what we want to do, or I'll be the actor in it, or you know. So it kind of just melts into this weird idea of us together all of a sudden. And I stopped knowing whose idea it was to begin with, because we're just some kind of weird creature that sort of melts together. But the idea of Oracle is a person who is completely sensory deprived. They can't see, they can't hear, they can only speak. They have no idea there's anyone in the room, and it's a free association thing. It's usually 3 hours long, so they free associate for 3 hours. Todd is the originator of the Oracle. He's really good at it. I don't do it. I don't do it because it's really difficult, because you can't stop. You just have to keep talking for 3 hours. And what happens is, to really sensory deprive the person, we put these noise-canceling headphones on them and earbuds, so they have both. and it has a crazy amount of white noise being pumped into it. So you can't. Sometimes there could be like 200 people in the room or something, and you wouldn't be able to hear any of them. So he just thinks he's on his own the entire time he's doing it. And then we see what happens just from your mind, from having everything taken away from you. We see what happens when your mind is able to just barf up whatever. And that's kind of the whole idea of Oracle. And then when he brought that idea to me, I thought, okay, did you call it Oracle at first? Because I was like, oh, we should call it. Yeah, like we should call it Oracle, because to me it reminds me of like some crazy, this is so dumb what I'm about to say, it reminded me kind of you know, like never-ending story or something. Like, I don't know. I really hate to say that. But yeah, this idea of like these sort of fantastical, like Greek-y kind of like Oracle thing that's happening. It's like you go to it to receive information. You don't get to ask it. It's just like spewing information into the world. So the first idea was to make it look kind of like this sort of well thing, and these blue lights, and so this, and it's just this mouth, and that's all you see. So you don't even see the body of the person in the first idea of it, and then later on, we sort of built on that and changed up the idea, but always the sensory deprivation is there. So now I'm going to shut up and let you.
And what you'll see is I
It's
just
about
put them all
3 minutes.
together quickly so you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't sit here watching.
Yeah, you'll see bits of each one.
So you'll see the first iteration where Marrakesh really designed this thing to cover me, and we were attempting to disembody the voice so that you were just hearing the voice. So the voice is amplified, but then we also wanted to make the mouth even something more significant, so we projected it. So we've done it that way about 4 times, so you're going to see a remount of that. Then we stripped that down and had 3 people do it, but you could see the people now.
We'll just talk while it's going.
And then,
We can just play it and
yeah,
then we
yeah,
can kind of recap because it's
yes.
Yeah. That's
Sorry.
really straightforward.
On the side of the window is where I want to go. If I climb up the wall, people can feel everything. Paddle on and fall. Horses hit on Todd and Marrakesh Church, calling to the police for a helicopter to pick up. They don't call me at a representation of straight. I'm going to sit here on my couch and masturbate all over your LED screen.
And there are some
So
rules.
the idea was that you would come up to it and
Is it a rapist?
this is the 3rd version of it that we had. So we had 3 oracles going, and then we had a sound collage guy who was grabbing what they were saying live and then re-putting it back out there while they were doing it and changing the way it sounded. So he was creating his own thing while they were talking. So it's all kind of happening. That's why you hear all this weird.
As I can see my heart, excuse the
And then with this one, we collaborated with a video mixer and Chuck Crispo, very talented. And we agreed on like 5 subjects. And so he loosely found video based on those 5 subjects, and I loosely spoke around those 5 subjects.
And they were just ripping off of each other. So whatever was happening, whatever he was hearing, the video artist would just play it. And we have that chair made for it too.
This one is different though, because we decided to not improvise. We pumped television live broadcast signals into our earbuds, and then we did like like ear prompt acting, where like whatever you hear, you just say it. So we just took that acting approach and applied it to listening to the television. This version, we spoke simultaneously, and a sound artist manipulated our voices. And the audience had the power to change the channel.
Yeah, they can switch the.
So in this version,
Second time we did it.
we did it, I had a set of 4 TVs and she had a set of 4 TVs. And the idea behind it was like, can the channels kind of communicate with one another? And then the audience could switch the channels for us. Per person.
Why are you so interested? I thought you didn't believe in IQ tests. Well, Emily, if I give a realism on luck today, you can see there's no license change. When I get home, I swear to God, I'm going to grease up his spine. Go for it.
All new 2-hour American Idol, Wednesday, 8 Essential.
Stop! To be honest with you, I don't like it. You don't like it? I don't like it.
So that's the idea behind the oracle work that we've done. And then quickly, so that we can start chatting.
Well, no, I actually want to pause just because
Yep.
there's so much.
Oh, okay.
Well, in a good way.
Okay.
We
tend to use rules.
It's okay. That's why it's called stimulus. But so to go back to the beginning, if I didn't say it before.